Tonight, from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Trey Lance and the San Francisco 49ers taking on Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they interplay here. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And it's the defense that's really the star of the show. A terrific game last week. They got a shutout on the road. And that's something that doesn't happen very often nowadays.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. From the gun, it's Lance. This to the outside, it's Sermon. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. Working from the gun, Lance. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Call it a pickup of 3, and also now likely a punt on their opening drive. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Back deep, the former All-Pro Tyler Lockett. That's pulled in at the 32. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Seattle's first go on offense forthcoming, and under center, of course, Russell Wilson.
And he's certainly putting together an MVP-type season, leading the league in both passing yards and touchdown passes. There have not been too many defenses that have been able to stop him or even slow him down. So he's got his sights set on another big game right here.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 40. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They go play action now. Wilson. Well, the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big connection on that one, 39 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Rolling to his left. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Dwayne Eskridge with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it all culminates with a Seattle score. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically...
The handoff, now Lance. On the move to his left. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a seat. We'll check on his status when we get back. Five yards remain on second down. Here's Lance. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Here's Lance to throw it. Open man is Samuel, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Throwing now is Lance. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Well, these two teams faced off earlier in the year, right around mid-season, back in Week 9. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. And Lance's throw taken in by Samuel. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line. A big play there for the Niners. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. And they'll run with Sermon. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Again, Sermon. And across the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. Sermon, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From the 6. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't. Got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy. And
the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws the quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes 2 to tango. Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson returning right back to Lockett. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And you know what else happened on that play? He just went past 45,000 career passing yards.
He's going to cherish that moment, but he's also going to celebrate it with so many different people. Guys he's playing with currently, guys he's played with in the past, especially offensive linemen who've kept him upright to throw the ball, receivers who've caught it. I mean, just so many people to embrace. And last but not least, a lot of coaches who called a lot of passing plays.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Now Myers for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time. A drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, under
a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jamal Adams on the safety blitz, too fast to handle.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
And he's going to go down again. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Here comes the 49ers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Returnable for Lockett. A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes the Seattle offense. We take a peek at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things. But winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go play action with Wilson. They'll roll him out right. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Steps away. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. Here the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way,
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now 21-7. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now penalty marker is down. Let's see. Call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give him 7 there on the first down carry. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. The throw over the middle, taken in. First down now, but that clock rolling. To throw is Garoppolo. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The 49ers moving hastily. They're scurrying to the line. Garoppolo now. First down throw. And he will find his man Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And that is incomplete.
I like what they did there because many of the deep throws we see in the course of a game come to the outside, the perimeter of the field. In this case, they used the slot receiver to run deep downfield and tried to connect that way. Unsuccessful in that attempt, but I like what they were doing.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Boswell's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Catch is made by Metcalf. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Out to his left. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Here we go.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. Myers' kick is good. And the lead grows to 14 at 24-10. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Ryan Tannehill leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Green Bay Packers. A.J. Dillon, a touchdown run in the victory. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore to check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Atlanta Falcons. Rashad Bateman, a touchdown catch in the victory. In our game has been Russell Wilson, who was dynamic, as usual, in that first half. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front as we hand things back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Tyler Lockett trotting onto the field, getting set for this next drive. Good day for him so far here in the third quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's the third quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and
it's caught inside the 25. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the San Fran 20. It's a big play there for Seattle. Another great throw there, and we talked about him when he broke the single-season record. But that last completion, CD, that puts him over 6,000 yards passing on the season. Just unheard of.
Brandon, there was a time not long ago when 3,000 yards was the gold standard for quarterbacks. He's doubled that. If more people come along like him and hit that type of a number, if you throw for 3,000 yards, you're in danger of losing your job.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Play action. Now Wilson. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Play action. It's Wilson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Now it's Wilson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Boy, such a good drive. You'd hate to have it end in 3. Do you think about going for it?
Absolutely. I mean, the fact that they've moved the ball so well should lead you to the decision that maybe we should go for it right here. Also, as a head coach, show some confidence in your team. Let them know you think they can go get it.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. Here comes Hall. He's going to bring it out. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. But that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Garoppolo's throw pulled in by Kittle. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. On the handoff, Sermon. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Really solid coverage from the current NFC Defensive Player of the Week. Also had an interception in that game a week ago.
And it was fun to watch him in practice this week, wasn't it? To see how he understands spacing and when the ball's arriving, which hand to put out in front to try and knock it away. And he just exhibited it on that play.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he's over 100 yards now after that. Kyle Shanahan doesn't care much for that last call, so out comes the red challenge flag. did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Buying time to his left. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down. Now it's Wilson. He'll buy some time right. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. So, Charles, for this offense, we've been talking all year about how difficult it would be to run the table. And you gave me your chances early in the year. You thought maybe 25%. A few weeks ago, you thought closer to 50, but not quite 50. Now here they are, 15-0. This is happening, isn't it?
I think it is, Brandon, because I do believe this team is too invested, too well coached to fall asleep at the switch now. And I think it ultimately benefits them to stay engaged all the way through the season because make it to the finish line, then they get the open week to refresh and re-energize. But if you get off the gas now, that can really hurt you come playoff time.
So 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about field goals. We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd and 7, Garoppolo, and he'll find Hall. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that cuts this lead down to 13. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf, 89 yards. And the Seahawks are closing in on that 16-0 record as they add on to their lead. So now a 2-point conversion attempt coming for Wilson and the Seahawks. Wilson going to throw for it. And the Seahawks are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
The 49er offense, they're coming back out onto the field, and we're going to give you a look at the playoff picture now into the weekend in the NFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
I'm impressed,
and I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Gets this one to Juszczyk. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Garoppolo again. They'll find Ayuk open right side. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Kyle Shanahan, an offensive mind, but his guys stopped up short. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down. These two teams, they met up in Seattle earlier in the year with the Seahawks coming away victorious. So a win here in Santa Clara would give them the season series. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
5 yards that time out of the scramble, but now they're looking at a 4th down situation. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
first now. Converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And Hall not going to bring this one out. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hall. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Throwing again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Now a leaping catch, he's got it. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. Now Garoppolo lost the football, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
You've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Seahawks, they're a win away now from running the table here in the regular season. They moved to 16-0 on the year. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Silicon Valley.